Hello, welcome to the Little House Handmaids channel. My name is Charlotte, and this is your place to find how-to videos on different knitting stitches and steps, and also other various crafts. Welcome, hope you enjoyed today's video. Today I want to show you a little bit how to put in what is called a lifeline. A lifeline is a strand of either different scrap yarn or dental floss or something that you lace through your stitches so that if you make a mistake, you can pull back to that point and you know that everything under that is right and you don't have to rip everything out. This is really used sometimes in doing cables or lace work or a pattern that you're not real familiar with, that is a little different. You're afraid you'll make a mistake and not know quite how to fix it, then that gives you a place that you can rip back to and start again without ripping out the whole work. So I'm going to show you, just because of where I am, it's not that I necessarily need one in here, but this is how you do it. So I have a piece of scrap yarn that's way longer than my project that I'm doing, and I hook it onto a yarn needle. Now what I'm going to do, let me just turn it over so I can hold it from this side and go in from. I'm going to take the yarn needle and I'm going to pass it through the stitches, making sure that I'm not getting any little strands of the yarn. I'm going through the stitches right under the needle. Pull that through a little bit. Go back in here. And it helps sometimes if you pull your stitches down a little bit so that you have a little bit of space there to slide it in. I like to use wax dental floss. It works really well. It doesn't leave little fuzzies of yarn on my other yarn of a different color or anything, but I don't have any right now, so as I'm out and I need to get some more, so I'm using yarn today, which will work fine. So once I do that through, I pull off my needle and I let this with plenty of strands on each side. Then I would go ahead and knit the rest of my row. My continue knitting and making sure I'm not catching this yarn. So let me knit one row here. Let's see, I'm doing a stripe, so wait, let me count how many. See, yeah, I was ready for one more purl row here. So then when I knit back across, I just make sure I don't pick up that strand by anything. And I'm not knitting, I'm purling, I'm sorry. That I don't pick up that gold yarn at all, so it doesn't get twisted in. And then when we do the next step, I'll show you how we'll remove it. So a lot of times if people are doing lace work or cables or something, they'll put a lifeline in and then do one repeat of the pattern. So your pattern might be 10-12 rows long, you know, it varies from pattern to pattern. So they'll work a couple inches, and then if it looks all right, they'll put a new lifeline in and pull out the old one. And that way they always have a place to go back to that isn't as far, because nobody likes to rip out, 30-40 rows of work when you see a mistake that has caused everything to be off. And your lifeline is back too far. So if they keep moving their lifeline up when they know things are right, then it's fine. Now you can see where that yarn is left in there. Now sometimes I'll do this too. I do have another video out and I might post it as well in the birthday make-along, where I put in a lifeline because I wanted to come back and pick up those stitches and add something in later. But this is one that we're going to do just in case we would have to rip it back. So then I can go on and do my next stitches, and if I mess up, I have a place that I can rip back, and being that is laced through all the stitches, ripping back that line we'll let those stitches there. So say if I had worked up several and I found a mistake, what I would do is pull that needle out and pull out those back to the row that has this in. Now I can't pull that out because that is holding those stitches into place. And then those stitches, I could easily go along and pick them up. Actually, I need to pick them up from this side. So I can go back in, easily pick these stitches up, and they're all the right direction. They're not twisted. I don't have to worry about having them messed up and going through and figuring out which way they were supposed to be. They are all the right direction. So once I pick all these stitches back up like that, then I can remove that line and start over. Or I can let the line in and start over where I was. So that is what you need to know about using a lifeline.